Welcome also from my side. My name is Christian. I work in the international office here at HM Hochschule München, University of Applied Sciences in Munich, Germany, and would like to give you a short presentation about the university, introduce what we do here, what you can do here if you maybe want to stay some time abroad here in Munich. And of course, if you have any questions afterwards, I'm happy to answer them. All right. So first, let's start off by just some general figures if you want to know more about the university. For a University of Applied Sciences, I'll come to what that means in a minute. We are quite big. We're the second largest University of Applied Science in Germany with about 18,500 students, almost 500 professors, more than 600 part-time lecturers, and a lot of administrative staff, PhD students. We have over 80 degree programs in bachelor's and master's, so undergraduate and graduate programs, over 14 departments, which these are. I'll come also in a minute to, and a couple of affiliated institutes and research institutes. So we're a full-fledged University of Applied Sciences. Just to give you an idea, what is a University of Applied Science? A University of Applied Sciences is a university that focuses, as the name says, on applied teaching and research, meaning always hands-on, application-oriented. In contrast to research universities here in Munich, those are the bigger universities who do a lot of research. We also do research, but our main teaching focus is application-oriented. We work with a lot of companies here in the area, and usually in most classes, you do something hands-on basically and not just hear about it. Of course, as some of you may know or may not know, we are located in Munich. Munich is in the south of Germany, in the middle of Europe, and a big hub for the industry. So a lot of companies have their headquarters here. For example, from the automotive industry, of course, you may know BMW has their offices here, as well as MAN. But we also have different areas like biotechnology, life sciences, design, media, finance, health, everything you can think of, also including aerospace engineering. And of course, the tourism sector is a big part here as well, due to the location. Our university is spread over Munich. We have 3 campuses, although when I say campus, it doesn't mean a campus in the general sense. So we are not a closed area with just the university. For example, right now I'm sitting here at our campus Lotstraße. That's the main campus with most departments and also all administrative departments. But we are in the middle of the city, meaning next to us are apartment buildings, shopping centers, trams, buses, and so on. So it's not a closed area, but we still call it campus because it makes it easier. As I said, at Campus Lotstraße, the most departments are located. We do have 2 other campuses, one Campus Karlstraße, that's even further to the city center, which hosts a couple of other departments in the area of architecture and civil engineering. And a little further out in the western part of Munich is Campus Pasing, which hosts our business administration department and applied social sciences. So depending on what you're studying, you may be studying only at one of those campuses. Overall, what we do, our students want to have when they finish their studies here, including exchange students, is to incorporate these 3 profile skills. Intercultural skills. We want our students to think and act sustainably, and also entrepreneurial, meaning when it comes to the business side. So what does this mean exactly? Intercultural skills means our students who study here should have an idea what it means to work, study, and so on, do things interculturally, meaning that not only focus on their own culture, but also with different cultures. That's where we love to have international students here, so that our students who mostly come from the Munich area, the regular degree seeking students here, we do have some international students, of course, but the most most of our students come from the area, and in order for them to, also experience intercultural topics, it is important to have more international students here, and that's why we're happy to have any of you. Sustainable thinking and acting refers to that we want our students, when they do things and later in their workforce do things, also think about, well, is this something that is actually worth for a longer period of time and not just in the moment? So sustainability, not only in an environmental sense, but also building things that last, actually. And finally, entrepreneurial thinking and acting. Our university is very famous for its entrepreneurial spirit. We do have an institute here called the Staszek Center for Entrepreneurship, focusing on startup industry, real projects, what they call it. So where students can work on their own ideas to maybe later create their own company, etc. So we are always top of the lists in various rankings when it comes to that entrepreneurial area. So looking into developing businesses. The study system here, the study areas that you can study at our university are in these 4 areas: engineering, business, social sciences, and design. General studies is a third part. It's a fifth part that comes into play. All of our students also have to do some general studies in history, politics, and so on next to their studies. But our main focus areas are engineering, business, social sciences, and design. Now, maybe something that's more important to you. What do we do in the international area? So just again, a couple of figures here. We have more than 200 partner universities around the world, including yours. 13% of our students are international students. So it's not a huge number. That's why we want to increase it, of course. So you're always welcome. And as you can see, the number of exchange students is quite big per year, is that. So we receive a lot of incoming international students for exchange from various partner universities around the world, and we send out a bit more, of course. But yeah, we also receive fellows and guest lecturers. This is an important part for you to know, because I assume barely anyone of you speaks German. If you do, great. But of course, we also do offer courses in English, meaning that you can study here in English, specific classes. And these English taught classes are taught by our professors, of course, but also by guest lecturers from around the world. So we receive guest lecturers from various countries, also within Germany, but also from without Germany, of course, that do teach classes in English. So that's an important part further down the line here. It's actually by now more than 150 classes taught in English in all the different areas. So there's a wide variety to choose from. We do have some double degree programs with a couple of universities. We also do offer summer schools. So if you're interested in that, maybe you don't want to come for a full semester for whatever reason, we also offer summer schools during the summer, depending which one it is, between 2 to 5 weeks, where students from around the world can just come here and do this summer school, these short-term programs, also receive credits, of course, but do everything more condensed or in an intensive manner. And if you're interested, just to give you a note, we do offer foreign language courses as well for free. So you can learn German here, but also any other language you can think of. So the typical ones: English, French, Spanish, Italian, but also some smaller ones like Portuguese or Turkish, for example. What do we do for international students that come here for their exchange semester? Well, quite a number of things. Maybe you're used to it from your university, they offer that as well. Yeah, just to run down the list here. I think I come to that in a minute anyway, but welcome service, housing, of course, is important information I come to also in a minute, cultural program, German language courses, some financial support, not always, but depends on what kind of money we get, and the international club later on. So what does that all mean? Our welcome service is basically our buddy program, meaning this is something offered from students for students. The purpose of this is to answer all the questions you may have before and during your stay at our university. So there's will always be one student, if you're interested in that takes you by the hand before you arrive here by email, just asking questions that you might want to know the answer to. But also once you're here, pick you up, for example, from the airport or train station, show you the city, the university, where to buy things, where to go to in the afternoon or in the evening, helping with administrative matters because that can be daunting at times to deal with. So everything that you would think of that has not necessarily something to do with your studies per se, so not subject related, but everyday life. This is what the welcome service is for. So it's usually one of our students taking care of 2, 3 international students and yeah, welcoming you and explaining everything that you need to know. Of course, we also offer orientation days, meaning before the semester starts, we welcome all of our international exchange students to the university, and we, the international office, will tell you more about what life is at the university, what you need to do in order to get finally enrolled or during your stay here, find your way around the university, clarify all the questions that are not dealt with by our buddies. So everything regarding health insurance, we provide you with all your enrollment documents, student ID cards, and so on. And of course, during this time, you also meet the other international students. So that's one important thing as well, so that you're not left alone. You will meet not just your buddies and not just us from the international office, but also all other international exchange students that come here over the semester. As you have seen above, there's quite a number. And for us, it's always important that you also mix and mingle with students from other areas and regions, because going abroad and maybe sticking to your own group is not really the intercultural experience you're looking for. So hopefully during an exchange stay abroad, that changes. Now, as for housing, we offer, of course, assistance with housing. Just to explain you a bit about the system here. German universities do not have their own residence halls or housing. That doesn't exist per se in the system. However, in each university city, there's also a public institution called Studierendenwerk, meaning basically student union. They have the residence halls and a lot of other services and provide the universities with places to these residence halls. So all the residence halls here in Munich are taken care of by the Studierendenwerk, and they provide the rooms among the universities in Munich and also the surrounding areas. So what we receive from them is a number of rooms within these residence halls that will be allocated to exchange students. Now, unfortunately, and we want to be straightforward with this and honest to you, we do not have enough rooms for all of our exchange students, meaning that we can only provide a specific number with these rooms. These rooms are subsidized, so a bit cheaper than on the private market. Of course, it's still residence halls. It's single rooms always, so no shared rooms, but maybe shared apartments. So depending on which room it is, it may be a single room in a single apartment, but it may be a single room in a shared apartment where you share kitchen and bathroom, for example, with other students. That depends. There's just different offers. The majority of the regular students here in Munich rely on private accommodation. So that although these residence halls exist, it's not common to live there. given also, of course, there's not enough rooms for all the students in Munich, but also most students want to live on their own. So that's usually the most common thing is private accommodation. Of course, it's more difficult for international students. That's why we are lucky to have these number of rooms in the residence halls and are happy to provide them. But those students not getting a place in one of the residence halls have to find their own accommodation on the private market. And of course, we're there to help you as well, meaning that we have an extensive overview of how to find accommodation here in Munich, what kinds there are. For example, as mentioned here on the slide, flat sharing with other students or non-students. Private run residence halls is a thing. So some private residence halls exist, or just regular single apartments. Of course, these are more expensive than the other parts. So what we do is we have a brochure that you can also find on our website here. But don't worry, if you come here, we'll provide you with that in any case, with a lot of information, where to look, what to look for, what to look out for. It's also important. A lot of links to private residence halls, to flat sharing websites, and so on. So you're not left alone, of course, but housing is an issue in Munich. So that's a fact. It's not cheap here, but still, of course, we help you along the way so that you can find proper housing here in Munich. What else exists here at the university is the International Club. This is a club by students. So students, regular students here from the university, a student initiative that get together and are interested in internationalization, the international area, and provide a great offer to international students, including, of course, exchange students. It's basically a meeting place for students here from Munich and from all over the world. These group of German students here are from different departments, different faculties, have different backgrounds. But what they do, they organize a variety of joint events like day trips or weekend excursions, as well as regular get-togethers every week. So what they do, they get together all the international students. You can meet up each week in a different bar just to get together. But they have a wide range of offers over the course of the semester. So for example, they go for a weekend trip to Berlin, the capital of Germany, or maybe just down here, something in Munich, go to a lake, or just meet up in a big park, or do a city rally, or a Bavarian breakfast, which is a thing here. So a lot of things culturally where international students can get together and just do something next to their studies. So you should definitely take part in that, because they are also here students and have a student perspective. Sometimes it's easier, maybe you encounter some issue or problem that you want to talk about, that maybe not want to talk to us about this because we're from the university, but to other students, this is also a great way to get involved in this international club. As mentioned, the cultural program is here what they offer. Brunch, city rally, go on hiking and day trips, and just do something next to your studies. It's a great surrounding here in Munich and the area. A lot of mountains, a lot of lakes, a lot of nature that you can experience, especially, of course, during summertime, makes it easier. But also in winter, you could go skiing if you're interested maybe to experience that. Go skiing or snowboarding or whatever. You have all the spring, summer, fall, and winter experience here. And so a lot of things to do over the course of a year. So why should you study in Munich anyway? Just in general, Munich is one of the most beautiful and most livable cities in the world. If you look for these rankings, most livable cities in the world, Munich is usually always up there, because it's just nice to live here. It's a big city with about 1.8 million people. But there's a saying that Munich is the biggest village in Germany, because although it's a big city, in some areas it still works like a village, because you still meet people that you know on the street, even though it's a big city. So it's very, very interesting to look at. Munich is the third largest city in Germany, with global companies, as I mentioned, like BMW, Siemens, MAN, and a lot of other companies that maybe you could also get in contact with if you're interested in that. Natural beauty, as I mentioned, as on the picture here, you can see the Englische Garten, the English Garden. It's a large public park that you can go to. Everybody goes to. It's right in the center of Munich, actually, so not on the outskirts somewhere. It's in the center of Munich. As you can see here, about 900 acres. It's actually larger, for example, than New York Central Park, and it's a green area right in the middle of the city, close to the university even, that you can go to. And as you can see on the picture, just sit down, have a picnic, or look around. You can also find there the Eisbachwelle in the English Garden. There runs a small river through the English Garden. It's called the Eisbach, the ice river. It's just a name. It's not that cold. And it also has a surfing wave, actually. So if you're interested in that, you can go surfing in Munich, in the English Garden. So that's always something interesting to look at. Location, 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 as the saying goes, is also of importance. Munich is in the heart of Europe, right in the middle of Europe, and you can easily connect to the rest of Europe from Munich. So if you come here, for example, it's a basically 2 to 3 hour drive to Italy. You can go skiing in the Alps. You can swimming in the lakes here. You can go to the Czech Republic. You can get to the Netherlands. You can go to France. You can go to Switzerland. You could even go for a weekend to Great Britain or to Spain if you would want to, because as you may know, Europe is comparatively small to other continents, but with a lot of different countries. So not only you have Germany at your hands, but from Munich, it's actually a shorter trip to get to Italy than to the north of Germany. So it's a nice location if you want to experience that as well. Public transportation is a big part here. That's what we always tell our students. Even if you, because sometimes, especially when it comes to housing or where do I want to live, a lot of students say, well, I want to live close to the university, which makes sense, of course. It's easy, but you don't need to. None of us, barely any of our students and staff live close to the university. We live all around Munich. But it works because public transportation is very good. There's a lot of subways, trams, suburban trains, buses. So public transportation runs depending on where starting point is every couple of minutes, basically, and you can easily get to the university. We have our own tram stop here as well. We're close to the central station anyway. You could walk from the central station or from the Olympic Village, where a lot of residence halls are, to here, or take the bike, for example. There are a lot of bike lanes that you can use. But in general, public transportation is very efficient, and you can use that also with your student ID card at specific times. And newly introduced, actually, will be introduced in May, starting in May, because last year there was the energy crisis here all over Europe and the world, and the German government tried a new energy relief package, where for a couple of months they tried a cheap ticket that you can use all over Germany, and that was so popular that starting in May there will be a new so-called Deutschland ticket, a Germany ticket, where we can use public transportation in all over Germany for, as students later on, 29 euros per month, which is cheap. and you can get from Munich to anywhere in Germany, basically. So that's what you should also bear in mind when it comes to public transportation. You can just use that. And of course, although we don't want to be reduced to that, but we want to mention Oktoberfest, which is probably well known all around the world. The festival takes place actually in September and runs until early October, but it's still called Oktoberfest or Wiesn, as it's called here, and is of course a big attraction during the time here. So if you come for a winter semester to us, orientation and arrival will be in September, so just in time to also experience Oktoberfest. And everyone should at least go there once to just experience it. Maybe it is for you, maybe it's not. But making your mind up and experiencing that with 6 million other people is always an experience that everybody should do once. So, but coming back to general questions that may be also of interest to you, just some overall living expenses when coming here to Munich. As mentioned before, Munich is not cheap. It's one of the most expensive cities here in Germany. And as a student, you will probably need around 900 euros plus per month, depending on costs for rent or what your own living style is. So you should bear that in mind. It's not cheap to live here, so you should be prepared for that. There are a couple of one-time costs that add to this. So of course your visa, that's done at home before your arrival. There's a administrative student services fee, so we don't have tuition, so you don't pay for your academic stay here in Germany at all. But there's a student services fee actually for Studienwerk and public transportation, about 150 euros. Of course, your flight, books and supplies that you may need, these are one-time costs that you should bear in mind. But there are also these monthly costs, of course, the rent, depending on where you live, in a residence hall or on the private market. So this varies a lot. Insurance is important. Everybody needs to have health insurance here in order to get enrolled as a student. That's a must. And of course, paying for your meals, etc. That's up to you. It says here meals in Mensa 5 euros. Mensa is basically the dining hall. It's also run by Studienwerk. It's subsidized food, so actually meals start at about 150 euro, €1.50. But the regular ones, the more sophisticated ones, are a bit more expensive, but no more than 5 euros is usually a meal here in the dining hall. So also comparatively cheap. Yeah, but these are the expenses that you need to bear in mind when coming here, and yeah, be prepared for that. So here's our academic calendar, just for your purposes, that you know when our semesters run. Maybe first the application deadlines for exchange. So of course you need to apply to your own university first. So that's what you need to do at first. But once you are selected and they nominate you to our university, our application deadlines for the winter semester is May 15th, and for the summer semester it's November 15th. And our lecture and exam periods, our winter semester runs from October 1st until the middle of February. However, you need to be there by September for orientation and moving in the residence halls, for example. And we actually want you to come before Oktoberfest, because during Oktoberfest, you won't find anything to stay because everything is booked. So we want you to be a bit earlier. And our summer semester runs from the middle of March until the end of July, including exam time, with you being here for orientation at early March. But yeah, these are the semester dates. The application deadlines for degree-seeking students I'll leave out, because that's not really of purpose here, unless you may be interested in that. But otherwise, these are our semester dates and application times. So that's basically it from my side. Here you can see some pictures from actually former exchange students who have been here. We had a photo contest where they could just send us some pictures. These are all pictures by exchange students who have been here from the Munich area. So as you can see here, there are lakes and mountains, Castle Neuschwanstein on the right, the big castle here, and down there the English Garden again. So as you can see, a lot to do here, a lot of experience to have, and yeah, hopefully we will be able to see some of you in the future here in Munich. Thanks a lot, and here are contact details if you have questions afterwards.
Thank you very much for a very nice presentation and very detailed. I actually have so many questions, but a lot of questions already answered by you already. So, but I think some of our students may have a question. So feel free to drop your question in the chat box here, or even unmute your microphone and ask our representative by yourself here. If you don't have a question now, let me start first, because you already mentioned it about the scholarships. So I think this is quite interesting for our students. So maybe can you talk a little bit more about this?
Sure. Sorry, I left it out here in the presentation because as mentioned at the beginning, we do not have regular scholarships available that we can offer all the time, but we do get some funding from the national agency here in Germany that oversees all the universities for specific purposes. And some of those include also scholarships for international exchange students. And depending on availability, these are monthly scholarships of, I think about, let me think, about 600 euros per month. So quite a good scholarship. Covers not all of the expenses, but a lot of them. And students, if students are interested, if they are nominated or even before that, just reach out to us. We have to check this year by year if we receive this funding, and then of course make this available. It's only possible for 1 or 2 students, so no guarantee there. But these are the offers that we have, and that we of course happily provide if they are available. So once you as a university or your students know that you would like to come here, just drop us a quick email and ask if what the availability is, and then we'll let you know.
Thank you very much for a very clear answer regarding the scholarships. And one more question for me. So, and you said there are around 140 courses taught in English, right? So can you be more specific in which field or which program that most of the English course conducts?
Sure. So the English courses are basically offered by every department. Every department offers some classes in English, some more, some less. So most classes in English are being offered by business administration, tourism management. They even have a full semester only in English, also for regular students, by engineering and management. So industrial engineering, that's what it's called. A lot of times they offer a lot of classes in English. And then over all the engineering departments provided a couple of English classes as well. So basically, if you study something with engineering or something with business, and that's where most of the classes are being offered in English take place. If you want to know more specific which classes these are, we have a specific website only for these courses in English. It's called Courses in English. So if you go to our website, hm.edu/exchange, as it is here on the slide, and go to course selection, there's a link for the German taught classes and also for the English taught classes. And there you can see the lists and overviews of all the classes taught in English from this and the previous semesters. It slightly changes a bit because it's up to the departments which classes they offer in English. But for the most part, it stays the same, and you can use this semester and the past semester's overview as a guide.
All right. Thank you. And for SIIT students, so I think this is a good start for you. If you would like to join the exchange program at HM, you can firstly start researching the courses that you may be able to transfer back to SIIT from the website that provided here. And just for your information that at SIIT, we send our students to join the exchange program in summer semester only, because we encourage our fourth-year student who will spend the last semester of their study in foreign countries, which is in your summer semester. So starting from March, right, until July.
Yeah.
Right. So it means that the examination will finish within July. Is it correct?
That's right. And the courses run until the end of June, and July is the exam period. Most exams will be done actually by the middle of July.
So I think our guest has a problem with the connection, internet connection. So it's okay, no worries. SIT students, I think you already got a lot of information from HM. And don't forget to attend again tomorrow, because we will have 4 more universities joining us tomorrow, and tomorrow is the last day. So is he still here or already left? Okay, I think he's already left. It's okay, Raha. So before we are going to invite our next guest, I think now we still have a little bit of time to let you guys know about the exchange program that we will open the application in the 1st of April. But a lot of students here join us like every day, right? So maybe we can just sum up some information by P2D.
Okay, hello everyone again. And so just to remind you that by this week, by the end of this week, we are going to open the application for SIIT exchange track. All right. So the thing you can do now is that you can start like preparing the document. Oh, our guest is trying to connect. Okay. Okay. So before you submit the application, so now you can like start searching for the host university you want to apply, then prepare the document, and I will show you later on about the list of the required document. Okay.
So Christian, already back here?
Yes, sorry about it. Somehow I got dropped out here.
No worries. So we still have like a couple minutes for your session. So maybe you can continue. We talk about the summer semester that's started in March, and examination will be around mid of July.
So the examination starts early July until mid-July, depending on the classes and exam someone's taking. We put it in the slide until the end of July, because that's when the grades will be announced. So usually at the end of July 29th to July 31st, grades will be announced. So of course, exams should be done earlier than that. So I'd say if students need to leave early, for example, July 20th is the latest with the exams.
So I think they would like to stay more to join the Oktoberfest.
I see. Of course. Well, they could, because of the semester officially runs until September 30th, although no classes take place. It's basically a semester break from the end of July until the end of September. So if students want to stay, they could.
All right. Okay. So any other question from a student? So for Christian, do you want to add any other information to our student today?
I think the only thing left to say is basically, of course, if you have any questions that your university may not be able to answer for whatever reason, we're always happy to help. You can reach out to us. Our website hopefully also helps a lot already. But if there's anything left that you need to know, just ask us, just let us know, and we'll be happy to help. And of course, more than happy to welcome any of you here in Munich at any time that you're maybe interested in to enrich our international profile, but also hopefully help you with your intercultural experiences abroad.
All right, and we also welcome your students to join SIIT. Like if every year that we got a number of your students joining SIIT as the exchange students. So
Yes.
on behalf of SIIT, I would like to thank you for a very nice presentation of you that share a lot of information about HM and also programs, the exchange programs for our students. So we hope that you will join us again next year for the Global Week.
Certainly, certainly.
So thank you very much, Kai, and have a nice day.
Thank you as well for the invitation and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so we still have 8 minutes before the next session starts.
Okay, so maybe like I can share again the site that student can find more information about the exchange track. All right. So I will send the link to the chat box so student can click on it. Okay. So this site is very important for everyone who want to apply to the exchange track, all right? Because like it contains all information you need. The most important thing for now is that you must check whether you meet the requirement of SIIT before applying to the exchange track or not. The first one to check is the CGPA, which is 2.5 at the minimum and 2.9 for EMMT student. And another thing is that you must have the English score. Okay, you must have the English score that meet the SIT requirement. And if you would like the recommendation from me, I would recommend you to have at least B2 level of the English score. All right, the B2 level is like most desirable from the host university. Okay, and apart from checking the requirement, you have to search for the host university that you would like to apply and search for the courses that you would like to enroll. Okay, and down below, on the 1st of April, this form will be open for you to submit the application and like all required document. Okay, I think someone is raising his hand, so maybe you can go ahead.
Do we have to wait for like the reply first on like which university we got picked before we could like start finding the host university or more information about those things?
So it's like the step is like this. You will have to apply to SIIT first. And for this step, you have to choose only one host university. And if you are selected, and I mean, if you get a quota, it's like each university have some certain quota for SIIT student. If you are selected to get that quota, I will nominate you to the host university. And after that, they will reply back whether they will accept you or not. Okay.
So oops, pardon me. So when can we expect the result of the quota to be out?
Can you say it a little bit slower again?
So when should we expect the result regarding the quota to be out?
It's like within the first week of May. So if you don't get a quota, I will contact you. I will contact you to like reapply and reselect another host university that are available at that time.
Wait, so what about the one we submitted a while ago with like when we have to pick the university during our third year first semester?
Third year first semester, I think that one is for your study program. It's like the survey from your study program is.
So that's completely irrelevant to what we're doing.
Yes, and that just for you to have the idea which host university you want to apply.
I see. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. So anyone have like further question about the exchange track before we move to other section? Okay, so I think we have 3 minutes left, and which is like and our next guest from IPSA from France, which is our newly partner university of SIIT, who will like kindly join us today, is here already. Maybe like I can invite them. Okay. So
Hi, yes, we're here.
okay, so thank you very much for joining. And I think this is your first time joining SIIT Global Week, right?
Yes,
okay.
right.
So we are very excited to learn more about IPSA, and I think like for SIIT student, it is very nice for them as well because you are our new like partner. So
yeah, thank you very much.
okay, so if you are ready, maybe like you can try sharing your screen to see whether it works or not.
Yes, sure.
Okay, very nice.
So can you see our screen?
Yes, I can see and I can hear you are very perfect. Okay, so if you are ready, may I just pass this stage to you for your presentation?
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the presentation. So I'm Rosalind, the international assistant at IPSA. So I'm going to talk about IPSA, our school dedicated to engineering in aeronautics and space, and which is based in France. So we are part of the IONIS education group, which has 26 schools and 30,000 students, and it's established since 1961. So we currently gather 2,000 students in 2 campuses at IPSA. So one's in Paris, in the center of France, and one in Toulouse, which is a key area to aeronautics. So in Toulouse, you would be able to follow our program in French, but in Paris, you can actually follow the exchange program in English or French. So we are international at heart. We have over 100 partnerships around the world. So we work in 5 continents, and we work with Asia. We work in 11 countries, and in Thailand, we've actually got 4 partnerships. And of course, you are our host to this presentation. And we are also widely spread over Europe too. So that's in the next slide. So we've got various different countries in Europe, of course, as well. We have also been accredited the Bienvenue in France label. So the label is given once you are available to provide a certain quality of service to students and of training program. We have been accredited 2 stars over 3, and at IPSA will help the students to gradually blend in another culture, learn a new language, and expand both personal and professional projects. So we sure know how to offer a warm welcome here at IPSA.
So I'm going to continue with our exchange programs. We have different agreements with all our international partners. We receive a lot of Erasmus students, so from Europe, but also from bilateral agreements like for your university. So we welcome around 60 students per year for one semester in fall or spring or for an academic year. We have different programs at the undergraduate level or the graduate level. Our undergraduate programs are taught in English or in French, so you can choose the language you would like to follow courses. And our graduate programs are entirely taught in English, except for the management option, which is taught in French only. We also offer free French classes for all our incoming students, so you can have some basics of French language and learn a little bit about the French culture. We will talk about that later, but we also have an international student association. We have a buddy system for our students, and we also offer different cultural activities throughout your semester. So let's talk a little bit more about the different programs. So first, regarding the undergraduate program, so we can welcome you in fall or spring semester, but notice that we have different options depending on the semester you will join. So if you're coming during the fall semester, you can follow our aerospace program, and you have a list of some courses that we teach in this program, or you can join in spring semester, and then you will be able to choose between signal and systems engineering or vehicles engineering. If you're joining at the graduate level, we have more programs available for you. So during the fall semester, we have 8 different options between 3 different majors. So you can join the system engineering, the vehicles engineering, or the management program. Please note that the management program is only taught in French, sorry. So if you're joining the system engineering, you will have to choose between 3 different options that are autonomous airborne systems, embedded information management and processing, or space launchers and satellites dedicated to systems engineering. If you're joining the vehicle majors, you can choose between airframe and materials, energy and engines, or space launchers and satellites, but dedicated to vehicle engineering, mechanical engineering. And if you want to join the management option, you need to speak French, and you can join either management des projets industriels or management de la production et du MCO. Regarding the spring semester, you have 6 different options. So in systems or vehicles engineering, so you have embedded systems and telecommunications, mechatronic systems, space launchers and satellites, or in mechanical, you have energetics and propulsion, mechanics and structures, or space launchers and satellites. So these are the different options that you can follow if you decide to come and join us at IPSA. Regarding the calendar, the fall semester starts at the end of September and ends at the end of January. The application deadline is the 15th of May, and we organize just before the start of classes some orientation days. And for the spring semester, courses start at the beginning of February and end at the end of June. It includes all exams, so your semester ends at the end of June. The application deadline is the 15th of November, and we also organize orientation days for you 1 week before courses start. We also have a summer school for students that would like to come for a shorter period. So our summer school in 2023 will start in the beginning of July for 3 weeks. So it's from July 3rd to July 21st. It's located in Paris. You can get 6 credits for that program. So it's a 3-week program where you will learn how to build a drone, and you will make your own drone. So you have 3 weeks to learn how to build your own drone, and you can bring it back in Thailand if you want after the summer school. Inside this program, you will have different visit and intercultural workshops in Paris. You will maybe go on the scene on a boat. You will go to the museum. You will go to maybe Versailles. So it's quite a very fun 3-week in Paris. The price as your partner, so there is no tuition fee. So the price is about 1,850 euros, and it includes everything. So you have the accommodation, the material kit, the activities, cultural activities. You also have the lunch and coffee breaks on course days. You have the public transport pass in Paris, etc. So everything is included in that price. So you can just take your flight and come in Paris. So now we are going to maybe introduce you to the campus life.
Yep, that's right. So at IPSA, we've actually got a very rich associated life. It can be in all sorts of activities. So it can be cultural activities, sports, social activities. We've even got a few examples of clubs that are widely open to aeronautics and space enthusiasts. So for example, these clubs can set up weeks dedicated to flying and building rockets, for instance. We've also got an international association that helps students throughout their exchange. Multiple social and cultural activities are organized by this association. As France is a very diverse country with lots of different landscapes, a lot of trips will be organized for them. So they can also have a French buddy. That person will be someone from the school that will help the students from abroad. He can give him advice on things to do in Paris. Tips can be helpful to have in France, typically like administrative tasks that can be sometimes quite difficult. And he can advise on how the school works, and the buddy can even become a friend to that student.
So regarding now the life in Paris, so you can join either our Paris campus or the Toulouse campus. So, but I guess that most of you are learning English and not French. So I'm going to introduce our campus in Paris. So Paris, as you know, is the capital of France. It's the biggest city in France. There is around 12 million residents in Paris. And among these 12 million residents, we have 700,000 students. And among these 700,000 students, we have more than 100,000 foreign students. So you will not be alone. There is a lot of foreign students in Paris, from Europe, obviously, but also from Asia or America. Paris is the world's #1 tourist destination, so you will have a lot of things to do here. You can go to see the Tour Eiffel, you can go to the Louvre Museum, go on the Seine, or just enjoy cafes, cinema, architecture, or all the museums that we have in Paris. Regarding the cost of living, Paris is quite an expensive city. So tuition fee are waived for all of you because we are partner. In France, you will have to register to the student health insurance, which is totally free for all students. And this insurance cover you if you are going to the doctor, to the hospital, etc. Regarding the accommodation, I think this is the more expensive part of the budget. In Paris, accommodations are between 500 and 800 euros per month. The food is rather cheap, I would say, for a European country. So you can count around 200 euros per month. The transportation is 30 euros per month for an unlimited travel in all the Paris region. And you will also have to pay for your visa fee, which is 50 euros. Regarding allowances and scholarships, so the French government is giving a personal housing allowance to all students renting accommodation in France. So if you want to ask for this allowance, you only have to register online on a website called CAF. It's quite long to register to this allowance, but you can get up to 210 euros per month. Also, if you would like to have a scholarship, you can contact the Campus France office in Thailand, which can help you to see and check if any scholarship is available for you. So regarding the accommodation, so I said it's between 500 and 800 euros. It depends, obviously, if you want to have a private room or if you want to live with some flatmates. So we're working with Studapart, which is a student housing platform. You will have the opportunity to have more than hundreds of offers as studio, flat shares, homestays, etc. But we recommend you to stay in student residence. We have many residencies very close to our campus in Paris. So this is very nice if you want to come by walk or by train or etc. And they will support you during all your semester or your academic year if you're coming at IPSA. So regarding the application, so how to apply. So first you need to contact, I think, your international office. And then they will nominate you if you're if they choose you to come at IPSA. Our deadline for nomination is April 15, but we are quite happy to receive nominations later if your schedule is a little bit different as ours. And if you want to come in the spring semester, the deadline is October 15. Regarding the application process, once students are nominated, we will send you the application process by email, and you will have around 1 month to apply at IPSA. So the deadline is May 15 for students wishing to join our fall semester, or November 15 for students wishing to join the spring semester. And then once we receive your application, if there is no problem and that you have the good specialization, because we need students to have an engineering background. If everything is good, you will receive within 1 or 2 weeks your admission letter that you can use to start to buy your flight or to do your visa to France. So I think this is the end of our presentation. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to send an email to international@ipsa.fr. We are quite fast to answer your emails, and we will be very happy to give you more details, especially regarding the courses we offer to students, the the dates of the semester or any question you may have. So thank you very much for inviting us today. I hope we will welcome some of you this year in fall or spring, or even for a full academic year. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for a very nice presentation from both of you. So let's say that we will have 3 students from IPSA joining SIIT this August.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's very nice that we will have the first batch of your students joining us. And then after that, they can share experiences at SIIT to your students who may join SIIT in the future. And we do hope that our students will also apply and join the exchange program in IPSA as well. So for students, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hands and ask here. But if you don't have the question, I would like to ask instead of you. So for your information that SIIT, we will send our students to join the exchange program in spring semester, because it is the last semester of our 4th year students to join. So it's gonna be in February until June, right? Spring semester. And
Exactly.
for that semester, how many programs that our exchange, what program that our exchange students can enroll?
So it depends the level of your students. If they are going to join the undergraduate programs, we have 2 different programs. One which is called Signal and Systems, which is related to electrical and electronics engineering, and another one in vehicles engineering, which is more the mechanical engineering side. So that's for the undergraduate students. And for students wishing to join the graduate programs, I think I can share my screen again. We have 8 different options or 6 different options, maybe in, okay, let me share again my slide.
So the graduate program, so is it possible for our students who are in the 4th year undergraduate level who can take the graduate courses?
For the graduate courses, we ask students to have at least 3 years of higher education background.
All right.
So if they are in the 3rd year at the moment of application, it's okay. They can be on 4th year or already at the graduate level.
All right.
So these are the 6 options available at the spring semester. So either in systems engineering, which is what we call for electrical and electronics engineering, and vehicles, which is the mechanical engineering side, with all 3 different options per major.
All right. So I think these programs match our programs in mechanical engineering and electrical engineering. So I think it's a good option for
Yes.
our students. Okay. Thank you very much. And another question for me is the accommodation that you said a student can also apply for this some support, the funding,
Yes.
right? So does it mean that all application will be granted?
It depends the type of accommodation they are renting. It's a national service, so it's from the national agency. So normally they will receive the allowance if they apply, but sometimes because they are not staying enough longer, or they don't have a proper accommodation, if they choose to do homestays, for example, they will not be able to register for this allowance.
And what other qualification that student may be granted the scholarships?
They need to get, for example, a room in the student residency, or any proper accommodation, if I may say that. They need to have a contract, in fact, for the accommodation, to sign a contract with the owner or the residency.
So does it mean that they need to firstly contact the accommodation and
Yes.
sign the contract first?
Yes. So they can
Before.
only register once they are in France and they already find the apartment.
All right. So they cannot do it like beforehand, before they leave Thailand.
Yes. Yes.
So thank you. And another question is about the campus that you said you have like 2 campuses. And what about Toulouse? What programs that you offer in Toulouse?
So we basically offer the undergraduate programs in Toulouse, but they are only taught in French.
Ah,
So if students wants to join Toulouse, they are welcome, but they need to be able to speak French.
oh, okay. So maybe
Yeah.
some of our students can speak French.
Yes.
And what about the French language? Do you also offer the language class for students?
Yes. We organize French classes every Thursday for our incoming students. So it's 2 hours per week of French classes and 2 hours per week of intercultural classes on Thursday.
And do
But-
students get credits from this class?
Yeah. Yeah, they can get credits if they want. They can get up to 6 credits, 6 ECTS, European credits, attending the French classes, yes.
All right, that's interesting. So, Sivaporn, my colleague. So, do you have any question? Because you will be a main person that students will ask a lot regarding the exchange program. So maybe you may have some question that always
Yes.
asked by students.
Actually, I would like to ask about the English requirement score, whether like you require any specific score or not, or like the level of the score that you required.
So we usually ask students to have a B2 level in English.
Mhm.
We do not need any certification. It could be a
Okay.
letter from your university, but we recommend to have at least a B2 level in English. If we can also accept B1 level, for example, but it would be better to have a B2 level in English.
Okay, so just for your information is that for SIIT student, like the courses, every courses in SIIT we taught in English, and the student are required to submit the score when they entrance. So I think we have no problem about this. So
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Okay. So you also offer like the French courses, right? The French
Yes.
language. Wow, very nice. And for the student to join the French courses, do they need to have the background knowledge or not, or it's open to everyone?
It's open to everyone. At the beginning of the semester, they will have to do a short test just to know the level, and they will be gathered in different groups of level.
Mm-hmm.
Most of our students just start from 0.
Start from 0. So
Yeah.
okay,
Usually
so it's a great chance for SIT student to learn French then.
yes.
And so I would like to also ask about the projects like or the internship program, whether like is there any internship or like can the student do the project when they are applying as a student exchange program at IPSA?
We do not have any internship program at IPSA. We only have a summer school, but it's quite different. It's a 3-week program. But during the exchange, there is no internship available.
Okay, so there's no internship program. Okay,
Yes.
just for information for SIT students. Okay, so Mr. Tishan, do you have any further questions?
Right. I have a question about classes and exams. How do you conduct lectures? I mean, at SIT students, they will attend classes for like 7 weeks and then 1 week for midterm exam and continue 7 weeks classes and 2 weeks for final examinations. Well, what about in IPSA?
So they have exams during all the semester. So it depends on the classes, on the professors, but they can have 1 or 2 classes, then an exam, and then again 1 or 2 classes and another exam. So they have exams during all the semester, and then at the end there is 1 week for the final exams. But yes, usually we ask students they need to attend all classes because they have exams during the semester as well.
All right, so does it mean class attendance are required?
Yes.
Okay, like 100% attendance or?
No. They can be sometimes sick. It's not a problem. I think most of professors accept until 3 absences in classes. And if they are justified, there is no problem, obviously. But they can do until 3 unjustified absences.
Quite the same here. Okay. So because at SIIT, students are required to attend at least 70% of classes.
But it's better if they want to learn.
Right, I agree. Yeah, but you know that exchange students, they love to travel. And
Yes.
sometimes they just, okay, this week I will skip classes for traveling.
Yeah, it's true. But we also have different holidays periods, so they can also travel during that time. Or they can skip classes few times, but
All right, so in spring semester, it's not that cold, right? Because it's already springtime.
yeah, it depends. At the beginning of February, it's quite cold. So now it's about 10 degrees in France, and we're at the end of March. But yes, in May or June, it will be warmer and around maybe 25 degrees, 30 degrees, maybe at the end of June.
So
So
you
it's-
still recommend our students to bring a coat at
Yeah.
the beginning of the
definitely.
semester.
Yeah, for the beginning of the semester, for sure. Yeah, I was just in Thailand last week or 2 weeks ago for the API.
Oh,
So it was very warm in Thailand.
right. So, yeah, and it's getting hot because
Yes.
summer just started in March. And yeah, next month in April, it's gonna be super hot here.
Wow. So it was perfect 2 weeks ago.
Right. Okay, so for our students, do you have any other questions? So I think it's a good opportunity for you to directly ask our guest today. So if you don't have any question, I think they will have it later. Every
No
time.
problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they just, okay, let me think first and then I will ask later. So if our students have any further question, I will forward their question directly to you. Okay.
Yeah, and they can send us an email if they want directly to international@ipsa.fr. We
that's very
used
nice.
to answer question the day they arrive, so they can ask many questions if they have.
Okay. So thank you very much for joining us today. And we still do hope that next year you will join us again in the Global Week. And if you would like us to present or provide information to your students, you can also ask me to just provide them the special information directly to your students like this.
Perfect. We used to do that between November and January, so I think we will contact you at that time for presentation.
Oh, right. Yeah, I will definitely join.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very
Have
much
a-
for joining
Thank
us
you.
today. Have a nice day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Okay, Kathy, Judy, we'll still have one more university from South Korea, Hanyang University, one of a famous destination among our Asian students who would
Yes.
like to stay in Korea, right?
Mhm. Yes, and like this year we have sent 5 students to join Hanyang University.
Wow, 5
Mhm.
students.
5 students with the 2 students got a quota, and the other 3 they have to pay like some additional tuition fee.
Tuition fee. And what
Yes.
program are they?
Exchange program just the same.
I mean, the study programs at
Ah,
SIIT.
most of them are from like ICT school, from DE, CPE students. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so may I ask our students here, like, do you have any questions about the exchange program or the exchange track or even the summer training program in case you are planning to do it in the future?
Do you already have the destination where you would like to go? You can share with us.
Okay, and to talk about the destination for student exchange program is like so many students come to ask me where should they go. So the answer I gave them is about the courses. First of all, you have to concern about the courses, about like which courses that you can enroll. In this case, if you would like to know if that course is eligible to transfer the credit back to SIIT or not, you have to consult with your school, especially your academic advisor or your program secretary. Okay, and apart from the courses, another thing to concern is about the like how to say the living style, the lifestyle that you would like to have. Is like some students they prefer to go to Europe because they prefer some certain environment, and some students they have their goal to visit Asian countries. For example, in Japan or in Korea, which today we are going to have another Asian university to present.
And some students who they may select by the country that they would like to do the master degree in the future.
Yes, and we also have like the example of your senior SIIT students who joined the exchange program, and then they got the connection to apply for the master or doctoral degree at that host university for their further study as well. Okay.
Yeah. So it seems that we have like 3 students left here. So stay with us, okay? Don't leave the room.
Okay,
Otherwise we will.
we will be so lonely
Right.
today.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
know that a lot of students they will watch the video later.
Mhm.
And tomorrow will be the summarize of the whole events. And also we will sum up the application procedure for the exchange program. So tomorrow is also important for all of you. Okay.
Mhm.
And okay, and I think every day I always talk about buddy system. I'm not sure if you have heard about the buddy system. So it's the program that you can apply and then be a buddy for our exchange students, mostly from European countries. And now we already got 40 nominations from our partner universities. So I think that we will have more than, of course, 40 or 50 exchange students joining us next semester. And if you are sure that you will apply for the exchange program, you should apply for the buddy system, because you will have a chance in your first semester of your 4th year to get to know new friends, to learn about the culture. And then you can, if you know what country you are going to join the exchange program, you can also request us to pair up you with the exchange student from that country as well. And yeah, many students who joined the buddy system, they finally got accommodation and a lot of supports when they go to the country for the exchange program, because they used to be the buddy for the exchange students at SIIT. And the next university we will start at 5:50. We still
Yes.
have a lot of time.
Okay, so let me get back to the exchange track again. Okay, while waiting for the next university, it's like some students, they come to ask me and they are worried and concerned a lot about the host university. It's like there are some host university that have the high demand that many students would like to apply then. So I just want to say that some university, it doesn't mean that you will have to follow your senior. It's like some university are very nice and with the very good courses for you to enroll. So, but it's like in the past, the number of exchange track student is not that high. But starting from last year, after the COVID pandemic, the number is getting like higher and higher. So the host university start to be more varied. So maybe you can also look at the host university that still have no SIIT student join. Okay, and some university will be like a very good experience for you to join as well.
Right. For example, we have students who join Koblenz University of Applied
Yes.
Science. Yeah. So we had a long agreement with Koblenz University of Applied Science. We received a lot of exchange students from this university, but we never sent our student to join the exchange there. But finally, it was like a destiny that one of our students, she was not accepted to join.
She was rejected because of the
Ah.
COVID pandemic. Yes.
So she need to change her destination, right? And
Unfortunately, like Koblenz was very nice, and it's like it's open like our new experience that we don't have to follow our senior to go to the same university every year. So the new university can be very impressive as well.
yeah, you can be the first one, right?
Mhm.
First SIIT student to join that university.
Yes, and like every year SIIT we have new partners every year. So like you will have the bigger list of host university, which is a very good opportunity of choices.
So apart from universities that join the global weeks, there are also other universities that you can also choose and join for the exchange program as well, right? Not only the universities that join the global weeks. So the list of universities you can find in the link that P2D already provided. เปิดเพลงก็ได้นะ
Yes.
so stay tuned นะคะอย่าเพิ่งไป เดี๋ยวเรารอ our host our guest ก่อน
So Pichon, would you like me to share the screen,
ได้
the backdrop and the music? All right.
so 5 minutes break All right, welcome back to the SIIT Global Weeks 2023. And now our guests from Hanyang University already here. So I think if you are ready, can you please turn on the camera and then unmute your microphone? Of course, no worry. Take your time. So Hanyang University is the last of University of today to present the information about the university and also exchange program. And we already said that this year we just sent 5 SIIT students to join the exchange program at Hanyang University. And we do hope that next year, a lot of you will also apply for the exchange program. So, and today it's our good opportunity that we have the representative from this university to directly join us to share the information. Okay, so I think we can see your presentation now. Are you ready? If you are ready, you can start the presentation.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
ขอพูดเป็นภาษาไทยก่อนนะคะค่ะหนูเป็นหัวหน้านักเรียนที่เป็นกลุ่มมาช่วยจัดงาน Global Summer School ปีนี้อะค่ะแล้วหนูเป็นหัวหน้าของกลุ่มนักเรียนคือก็มาพูดสวัสดีก่อนแล้วก็เดี๋ยวคุณครูจะมา explain info session เป็นภาษาอังกฤษค่ะ
ได้ค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ
계속 말하겠어요? 네. 그냥 대충 설명하는데. 그거 말할까요?
Hi, my name is Sarah. Hi, nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. So Pura was our student assistant, and then she lived in Thailand for a while. So we have invited her to join our session today. And I think, do you have anything else you want to share with students in Thailand?
ถ้ามีนักเรียนจากธรรมศาสตร์มาเยี่ยมมหาวิทยาลัยฮันยังมาติดต่อหนูได้นะคะจะแบบช่วยแบบทัวร์หรือพูดเกี่ยวกับฮันยังได้ค่ะ
So you actually you can speak English because some of our students are also international students.
Oh,
yeah,
they
who
are?
you join. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we thought it was better to have a student with a Thailand background, and then it's my first time having Pura here. So thank you for joining us. And then in today's session, I'll mainly introduce our summer school, and later on, our manager Taehu, who will joining this session, will share more information about our visiting program, which will be the semester-long program. So to begin with, I'd like to give you a brief introduction about our university and then our Hanyang International Summer School. So we have a newly updated information about this, so that starting from this year, we are going to offer 8 different elective courses for students, and these are all credit-bearing courses. So please feel free to register, and if you are interested in any of these courses, you can feel free to let us know and send us an email. And now I would like to move on to our introduction to our university. So our Hanyang University is established in 1939 as an engineering institute in Seoul, and we have become a comprehensive university in 1959, and this year we are celebrating our 84th anniversary. At Hanyang, we have around 30,000 students studying with us, and 23,000 on Seoul campus, and another 10,000 in Erika campus, which is in the city of Ansan, an hour and a half away from Seoul City. And Hanyang University has ranked number 3 in 2021 among national rankings and 156 in the world rankings. So for international students to join us, there are 5 different programs available. So first will be the student exchange program, resident student program, and the summer school, winter school, and customized study tour. So in today's session, I'll mainly introduce our resident student program and our summer school. So as you can see, this will be the academic calendar of our university. So our spring semester will start from March to June, and our summer school always holds in July. And our fall semester will start from September to December, and then we'll have our winter school from the end of December to early February. Now I'll just jump right into our summer school information. So this will be the general information about our summer school last year. So Hanyang started running this program from 1990, and it has been 30 years. And we have a lot of students coming from Asian regions, especially from Singapore. And then we have more than 30% of students coming from the States. And the students from Europe is going up. So we have around 15% students from Europe as well. We offer various courses, including engineering, business, social sciences, and Korean languages, culture. So you may feel free to pick up your courses and do the course mapping with your home university and transfer back your credits as well. When I explain our summer school to our students, I always use this 7 bullet points. So first will be the location and global ties, and then the program period, the courses that we offer, research opportunity and activities, and lastly, of course, our buddy program. So to begin with, I'd like to explain more about our location and transportation. As you can see, Hanyang is located in the very center of Seoul. It's right above the Han River. And we have 4 subway lines going through around our university and 1 inside our university. So which makes it extremely easy and very accessible for students to commute to the campus. And also it is very convenient for students to explore Seoul. And besides the city location, we also have really strong ties with various partners around the world. And we have around 500 partners, which means all students who join our summer school will be able to meet other students as well. So this year, we're expecting around 600 to 700 international students on our campus only. So you will have a lot of chances to meet students coming from different backgrounds and different cultures for you to learn more about other nations besides Korea. So this would be the specific academic calendar of this summer. So this year we'll start running our summer school from July 3rd to July 27th and 28th, and we'll have our grand opening ceremony on July 3rd and a graduation ceremony on July 28th. During this 4-week period, students will have 15 class days and 3 different activity days. Students can choose one from these 3, and I'll talk more about this in the later slides. So this will be the academic courses that we offer this year. You can see we are offering engineering and IT, in business and economics, mathematics, natural science, Korean studies, international studies, and so that you name it. So all these courses will be offered offline, in person, and you students will be able to choose up to 3 courses, which means students can take up to 9 credits during this 4-week study. And besides the academic courses, we also have these various elective courses like Art of Self-Defense, Korean K-pop dance, ceramic art, Korean beauty and makeup. All these courses will be credit-bearing courses. So students will be able to select elective course instead of academic if you have a preferred course here. So all the courses will be registered on a first-come, first-served basis. So earlier you register, you will have a higher chance to get into your preferred course. And besides the regular course, we also have a research project available for international students. So if you're interested in joining one of our science lab, please feel free to reach out to our professors. And once our professor approves you to add to his or her lab at Hanyang University, you'll be able to join the course with the prerequisite and then join our summer school activities as well. And this year, this is the most fun part of our whole slides today. So we are going to offer 3 different destinations to different cities in Korea. These will all be overnight trips. So the activities will including a trip to Busan, Gangwon-do, and Jeollabuk-do. So students will be, you'll be able to choose one of these. Or if you're not really a fan of an overnight trip, you want to do a one-day trip, we also have that option. For students who want to do the one-day tours, all these 3 activities will be given. So we will take you to the Polytechnique International Mud Festival, and then the Everland, and then the Hamburg voucher will be given to you for you to go individually. So the Polytechnique Mud Festival is one of the most unique experience that you can have in Korea. We'll take you to the one-day tour to this festival. And then for another weekend, we'll take you to Everland for you to enjoy a whole day in the biggest amusement park in Korea. And we'll also give you the Hamburg voucher for you to access 5 different palaces within the Seoul city. And you can take tons of beautiful pictures with the Hamburg costume. So again, students will be able to choose one overnight trip or the one-day tour package with 3 activities included. So this as well will be registered based on first come, first served basis. So if you're interested, please register by mid-April because we'll have our first round of activity and course registration by the end of April. And lastly, we have our Hanyang Global Alliance. So this is a student union who will be the host of our Hanyang International Summer School. They will be your buddies on campus. They will be your tour guides during the activities, and they will also be your accommodation assistant. So if you choose to live in, stay in one of our university affiliated housing, then these students will be on site to assist you 24/7. Now, this will be the most important information that we want to share with you this year. So for students coming from partner universities, which includes the Tamak SIIT, so all students coming from university will be enjoying a 30% off scholarship. So the final tuition will be around $1,500 US, including all 3 courses and activity. So besides that, although the timeline for this scholarship is passed, just for students who will be interested in next year or next winter program. So we have a Hanyang Investor Scholarship available for students who are interested or who are talented in photography and filming. So if you're interested in applying for this scholarship in the coming winter program or the next year summer school program, you may fill out a register form and then send us a portfolio of yours. Then we'll do the internal assessment and make the announcement online. And then we'll provide 100% tuition waived scholarship for you to join us this summer and also do some projects with us. And now this will be the accommodation arrangements for summer school students. So we do have university affiliated housing available. So this is a off-campus housing. This year, the on-campus housing is very limited. So we are offering this option to international students. Students will be able to find relevant information on our website. And on the website, you will see a list of university affiliated housing options. So you may choose one, or you'll be able to contact them directly because we have included the link inside. So you can contact them and make the reservation directly using the housing provider. Of course, if you have a friend in Korea or if you have anyone that you can live with during your stay in Korea, you can make your own choice, or you can even book an Airbnb or a shared house with your friends if you're coming in a group. So please feel free to make your own housing arrangements. And this is important that because it is mandatory for international students to submit your international health insurance to us before your program starts. So students will have to submit your international health insurance written in English, and and your name must be the beneficiary. So this must be submitted at least 2 weeks before our first day of program. So please remember to submit this information. And lastly, our online application system is very simple. Students can only need to access our website, which is hanyangsummer.com. And on the website, we'll be able to see a huge apply now button. And once you click that, you'll be able to create an account using your passport copy and a transcript. And with that, we'll do the internal application and then send you the payment instruction. And once you complete all the payments, then you'll be able to, you'll be fully admitted as one of the Hanyang International Summer School students. And with that information, you'll be able to do the course registration and activity registration accordingly. So please feel free to visit our website to look for more information on our summer school. And if you're interested, you may send us any email. You may send us an email with your inquiries. And lastly, about the visa. So for students coming from Thailand, a KETA visa will be enough for you to join our summer school this year. So you don't have to apply for any other visas. You just need to apply for an electronic travel authorization. It will take less than 10 minutes. You just need to complete it a week before your departure. And with this, you will be able to enjoy a 90 days stay in Korea, including our summer school. So this would be the visa arrangement. And for students who are coming from a non-visa agreement country that does not have a visa waiver agreement, you will have to apply for a C3 tourist visa. And if you need any further document to support your visa application, please send us an email and then we'll send out relevant information to you directly. So this will be the main information about our summer school this year. And later on, I would like to share more about our visiting student program. So please give me a minute to change my slide as well. And for our visiting school program, my manager Taehoon, my colleague Taehoon will be sharing more information. I'm sorry for this. Yeah, well, Taehoon, why don't you say hello first?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so I hope you can see the new slides now. Let me try to fix. Yes.
Yeah. Can you see the new slides?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. So hi, my name is Jaehoon. I work at the Office of International Affairs at Hanyang University. I would like to give you some information, a program called Visiting Student Program. And before that, I'll just give you a short introduction and some pictures of Hanyang University. So our founding philosophy is love in action and deed, which comes from a Bible phrase. And then these are some history. Hanyang University was first founded in 1939, and we were the first engineering college in South Korea. And we have another campus in the city of Ansan, we call ERICA. And I'll tell you why we called it ERICA a few slides down. And then our student body is around 30,000, 20 undergraduate, 10 graduate. If you divide it by campuses, it's similar, 20 in Seoul campus and 10 in our ERICA campus. And we are a pretty comprehensive university. We have 15 colleges in Seoul and we have 9 colleges in our ERICA campus. And we have around 150 master's degrees and 140 PhD degrees. And these are the distance between our Seoul campus and ERICA campus. It's around 35 kilometers away. It takes an hour and a half by car. And both campuses are connected by subway stations. And another fact, Hanyang University is the only university in Korea that has a subway station inside the campus. So it's very easy to navigate. And this is the bird's eye view of our Seoul campus. And one of the biggest and distinctive buildings that we have is the Hyundai Automotive Research Center. Hyundai Motors, the CEO, the founder of Hyundai Motors is an alumni of Hanyang University. So he donated the whole building to our university. And this is the 2 main buildings. And right in the below, it doesn't show, but there's a subway station. So the subway station opens up to the main place of the campus. And these are some pictures of the spring times. This is the School of Business. Most students who come as a visiting, they take a lot of business courses. They'll take their courses here. And this is when our graduation ceremony happens. And there's a lion statue because a lion is a mascot. And this is a picture of the fall times. At fall times, Korea is very famous for its trees because it turns into all these different colors. And the winter times, we put a wing on the lion statue to commemorate the Christmas seasons. And ERICA, we call it ERICA because it's short for Education Research Industry Cluster at Ansan, which means we have very close ties with industries. If you look at the campus map, there are a lot of companies are within the campus, giving a lot of internship opportunities for students coming to our ERICA campus. And these are some pictures. ERICA campus is also famous for its pretty campus. This was SIIT for the student festival. So the internationalizations, we have around 564 global partners around the world. These are the partner lists. It's pretty diverse. So we have a lot of students coming from a lot of different countries. And to explain shortly about our short-term programs, we receive around 500 per year through our student exchange programs. And we receive around 500 to 600 per year for our visiting student program. So the difference of our student exchange program, our visiting program, is that visiting students come and pay tuition to Hanyang University. And we have the International Summer School, which probably my colleague Sarah explained. And also we have the International Winter School for our winter vacation period. And we also have the customized study tours. So the program that I wanted to mention about is what we call a nano degree. I just mentioned that the difference that we have for a student exchange program and visiting student program is that visiting students come and pay tuition to Hanyang University. The reason for that is when visiting students come, we open courses just for visiting students to register. So there are a set of courses that are only open for visiting students. And from those courses, if you take a 6-credit set, Hanyang University gives out a nano degree in a certificate in the field of business. A nano degree in business provides students the opportunity to build basic essential skills to start a career in business and to supplement their credentials with an additional academic achievement. So which basically means it's something that you could bring back home and you could use when you're looking for a job or interview, or you hand out a resume. You could say that you have achieved this level of a degree taking courses at Hanyang University. So I mentioned we have 4 different sets. We have a nano degree in international business. We have a nano degree in digital marketing, business analytics, and consumer behavior. So international business, the program enables students to establish an international business and cultural knowledge base that will prepare them to meet global business challenges. So students will take 2 3-credit courses, international marketing and international finance. So basically students who want to learn the foundation of business and students who look for a career that requires general international business principles, you could take this degree to learn something about that. And business analytics, students will experience hands-on projects that will teach the right tools for collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data to understand what it means. Those data in business performance, business impact, and trends in both qualitative and quantitative analysis methods. So students learn how to solve business problems with data-driven decision-making approaches. And this program is a fit for students who want to develop basic data analyzing skills for marketing research. And digital marketing, students will learn trends and skills in high-tech marketing, online marketing, and content marketing. So students will learn how to navigate diverse platforms that make up social media. And it's really perfect fit for students looking to develop their digital marketing skills, to have a career in those fields. And last, we have a nano degree in consumer behavior. In this program, students will learn how to predict how and why consumers make decisions, to make a marketing method, a marketing strategy. So students will learn the knowledge in consumer behavior and show how consumer choices are driven by various factors. So students who want to pursue a career in marketing and focus on consumer behavior is a perfect fit for this degree. So basically, these are open for visiting students only, and we are trying to expand that nano degree program in the field of data science and software engineering starting from the next academic year. So students who are interested, if you want to come for the second semester of this year, you can take the nano degree in business. If you want to take a nano degree in engineering, you can start next year. And also for one nano degree, it takes only 6 credits to achieve. So at Hanyang University, you could take up to 20 credits per semester. So which means you could take up to 3 nano degrees per semester. So yeah, that was basically what I have prepared for today. So these are some contact points. If you're into coming in our international summer school, or a regular visiting student or exchange students, if you have any questions or suggestions, please email exchangein@hanyang.ac.kr. So if you're into going to ERICA campus for study abroad programs, you could contact studyerica@hanyang.ac.kr. So thank you.
All right, thank you very much for a very nice presentation, and thanks for sharing us about your university and also awesome programs that you offer. Not only exchange program that you also have like summer schools, winter school customized program. So for our students, if you have any question apart from the exchange program, you can also feel free to ask about these programs as well. So I would like to first of all introduce myself. I am Chodisha from the international office. I'm taking care of the incoming exchange students at SIIT, and my colleague, Ms. Siwapon.
Yes, and I am Siwapon Suksai, and I am in charge of SIIT outgoing students. Yeah, okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Right.
Nice meeting you.
So it's very nice to know that we have Thai students there, who will at least will be like a person that Thai student may contact if they have like any question, right? So is it like a group of Thai student, or what is the association? Is it the official association that you have?
No, actually Pura is one of our Korean students, but she lived in Thailand for like 10 years, so she speaks a really good language.
Is she Korean?
Yeah, she's Korean.
Oh, I thought she is Thai. Her Thai is like just like a native.
No. She's Korean. I'll tell her that.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Okay, Siwapon, you may have some question for our students.
Yes, I would like to know if like since our exchange students who join Hanyang are in bachelor degrees, so are they allowed to enroll in master degree courses at Hanyang University?
So if you're asking your undergraduate students when they come as an exchange or a visiting student, they could take a master course?
Yes.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can actually. But right now, you don't have a lot of courses that are taught in English in our master's and PhD level. So the course list will be limited. But if they do find courses for masters, yeah, they can take it.
Okay, very nice. It's like Hanyang is one of the most popular destination for SIIT student in recent years. And for
Nice
the
to
last
hear. Yeah,
academic
nice
year,
to hear.
like
Thank
we
you.
have sent 5 students to join you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
and lots of
It's good
students
to
come
hear.
to ask about about like Hanyang University.
So if the interest is there and we're open to accepting more students, so we could also talk about accepting more students if more students want to come. So we're open to talk about it, open to discussion.
Okay, so and I also would like to know if you have like the maximum of visiting students, if our student would like to apply as the visiting students. Do you have the maximum number for SIIT student?
No, basically the courses that are open just for visiting student program is run by the tuition they pay. So yeah, we don't have the limit of a number because if more students, we can make more courses. We can open more courses for them.
Oh, all right. So it's open by demand.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any questions from our students? I think they are quite shy and they will ask questions a lot after the session ends.
Yes, yeah, students are welcome to ask questions through email or they could call. At least when they do decide to come to Hanyang University, they'll at least know our faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, to come to our office and ask questions.
All right, Sirupon, do you have any other questions?
So I would like to know if the student will get like a buddy when they join Hanyang as visiting or exchange student.
Yes, we have not opened that the buddy system because of COVID. But starting from the fall semester of this year, we're going to have the buddy system back. And also we have student groups in our international summer school called the Hanyang Global Alliance. So if the students join our international summer school or winter school, those students will act as buddies.
Okay, very nice. Very nice. So actually I have no questions. It's like the question will come after when the student comes to us, and mostly will be about like the living style, the courses, available courses, something like that.
Okay, so for summer school only, we have a website called hanyangsummer.com, which I shared in my previous slides. And students can visit our website, and we have uploaded all our course list and course syllabus. So they can feel free to download it and do the credit transfer with their faculties first. And also we have shared our information about housing on our website as well. So students can feel free to visit and look for information they need. And if they have trouble finding any information they want or they need, they can send us a separate email, and then we'll get back to them within 1 to 2 business days.
All right. So talking about accommodation, is it difficult to get accommodation there in Seoul?
I wouldn't say it's easy these days, to be honest, but we are sharing enough information on our website, and we'll also send out relevant information through email once they're registered for them to look for their own and make their own choices. So they will have enough options to choose from.
And Hanyang University is currently building new dormitories at the moment, and they'll be finished in April next year. So starting from next year, we'll be able to have students come to our dormitories.
So we are glad to hear that. All right. So I think now no more question for now, but maybe we will send some question to your emails later. Okay, so for today, we would like to thank you for both of you and your student as well to join us today. And we hope that next year you join us again for the Global Week.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.